Okay, hopefully everyone has finished their drawing and they're ready to paint. Now, for this part, you're going to need your paintbrush, some water, and some paints. And let's just go over how we do it. You dip your brush in the water, you dip it in the paint, and then you can start painting. Often I see students dip their brush in the paint and then the water, and then they don't have any paint on their brush. So I just want to make sure that you know the sequence here, the order in which you paint. You take your brush, you dip it in the water first, and then you dip it in the paint, and then you come on to your painting. Now, if this paint gets wet enough, you actually don't need any more water. So if you can see that there's like a little puddle inside the paint, see how it's a little bit wet there? We know I don't even need any more water. And this paint will be very vibrant. The less water you use, the more vibrant or bright the color is. The more water you use, the more faded the color is. And you might want different effects for different kinds of objects in your picture. Like maybe the sunflower is really bright, but maybe we'll have the sky be kind of faded blue because the sky is a lighter blue often. Okay, so we've got our sunflower here. You could even go in with two tones. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of orange and try to put a little bit of orange here on the base of the petal and kind of have it fade out a little bit. Sometimes I have sunflowers like these. They're really pretty. Kind of fade it into the rest of the petal. Has anyone ever seen sunflowers like this that aren't yellow, but they might have different stripes of color? Sometimes they've got brown in there. Maybe I'll put a little bit of brown in. These earth tones are nice to use. It helps make bright colors brighter if you have some neutral colors in your work. If everything is bright, they're going to compete for our eye's attention. We need to have a little bit of a more subtle neutral color. The neutral colors are colors that are have complements mixed together, like browns or grays. We can talk about that a little bit more when we get into color mixing. And it looks like I kind of covered up maybe too much of my orange. So I kind of liked the way it was going brown into orange. I'm going to add a little more orange at the base where the brown's going into the yellow. I could even come through with a little bit of dark red in here. Let's see what that would look like. Tiny bit of red. Maybe I'll just do a tiny bit. Kind of want the yellow to have the center stage here. Alrighty, and now the center of the sunflower, sometimes you'll see them as brown because of the seeds. Sometimes you'll see there's green inside. I'm going to go ahead and paint the center brown, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of black. You have to be careful with the black because it can really take over a piece of work. So always use the black in moderation until you know how much you want to use. Now the rest of this in here, I could do green, I could do lighter browns. Maybe I'll do a mix of green and brown. I look at sunflowers all the time, so I'm familiar with the different colors that are in the centers, and I'll try to get you a screenshot here of my watercolor poster that has, my sunflower poster that has so many different types of sunflowers that you could also see for different colors. Okay, that looks all right to me. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I wanna do a light green for the stem. It's not quite as bright as this green, so I'm gonna paint the stem yellow first, and then I'll come through with some green on the side. See, this green is very intense. Sometimes you'll see green like this in nature, but sometimes it'll be a little more neutralized. So I'm gonna add some brown also. Okay, and let's get the sunflower leaves. I didn't help you draw the leaves because I don't know if you're doing a sunflower or a tomato plant or a tree. I'm not sure what you're drawing for your plant, but this is one way to do a sunflower. And I didn't tell you about the leaves, but they're almost like heart shapes. They almost are like a heart, the sunflower shapes of leaves. But again, not sure what flower or plant you're doing. You can always just add any type of leaf. We just really want to see that you know the seed, the roots, the stem, the leaves, and the flower or the fruit. And of course, we want the viewers to know that this is under the ground. So I'm going to paint it brown for the earth. And I think I'm going to do that seed black because most sunflower seeds I see are black, and then it will really help it stand out. Now this brush might be too big to paint a little seed. You could always color it in with a pencil. That might be a good idea. I'm not sure how detailed your brushes are, but sometimes it's hard to get tiny little areas with a bigger brush. That's it, boys and girls. Take a picture and send me your work. Bye.